The thing that I've noticed in my analysis of both the neighborhood in which I live and looking back over time is that greed is more or less a constant. And in fact, its actual saving grace is its universality. Is that everybody is greedy about their own stuff. They're greedy about, first of all, their own families. They will put the interest of their own families, when push comes to shove, against everybody else. And isn't that great that we can rely on that people will put the interest of their family? This is not Adam Smith taught us in 1776 that this is not a bad thing, because it is not from benevolence. It's not from benevolence of the baker and the butcher and the, who's the other guy? The brewer, that you expect your supper. Don't forget the brewer. That you expect your supper, but from their attention to their own interest. And that is why this magnificent market system that we have works. And so when people talk to me about greed, I tell them that story, that it's about harnessing special interest, the special interest that every person has in their own well-being. That's what the market does. And because it is a universal thing, greeds tend to balance each other off. And so greed, ladies and gentlemen, in my view, does not, what do we say then? We had a big breakout of greed in 2002? What, 2001 they weren't greedy, these guys in the banking industry? Ha! We all dealt with them in 2001. They were the same in 2001 as they were in 2002. So it wasn't an outbreak of greed that caused things to go south. It was because the structure in which they were operating didn't provide the right competitive pressure to make sure that one greed was balancing another greed off. And I've pointed out to you how those rules got changed. And how do we know that that's the right explanation? Because it didn't happen in Canada. That's how we know. We got these two economies side by side. What, Canadians weren't greedy? Is that what happened? So, north of the line, no greed. South of the line, greed. Oh, come on. So you got to be pretty stupid, really, to really believe that this was any explanation. I agree absolutely with what Mark says, that a lot of people believe this happens. And the difference between a system running on greed and self-interest and one that is operated under force and coercion is that in a system where markets are operating, you have this interface between people who have to persuade each other to trade and persuade each other to transfer their property. And if you have a system that's run by the government, then you don't have that. You have the government taking property and doing with it what political pressure tells them to do with it.